Hey everyone, I'm going to do a short video today. This is a project I've wanted to do for a while. Being a historic home in Florida, you're always worried about moisture and mold, and it's got this air conditioning unit and the ducts run under the house. And so one of the things you can do to make sure the air is clear and the ducts don't get full of mold is to put UV lights in. So I've got a UV light in the unit for downstairs. And there's a big air intake in the living room, dining room / whatever. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to install a UV light, or that's at least what I'm going to do. It'll be different for everyone depending on what your setup is. But I'll go over a couple of key points that are important when you're putting a UV light in your house, okay? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the ductwork inside. I'm going to show you what the intake looks like. In this house, we've got a very large air intake. It's two-sided. So what we're going to do is we're going to look inside here. We've got this is supposedly a lifetime air filter. You just take them out and clean them. That filter needs to be cleaned pretty clearly. I'll be changing that soon. And so here's what we've got. You can see there's a little shelf there, which is great. So that's the floor. That's where they cut the floor many years ago to build this AC system. Let me grab a flashlight. So you see the ductwork down there. So it's dust mixed with humidity can generate mold. So here's what I'm going to put in there. They make specific units for these. The one that I have in the outside unit is specifically made to go inside an air conditioning unit. And so far it's run pretty well for 2 years. But we're going to do something different here. I'm going to make a very easy to change UV bulb. So I've got a socket. You can just buy these on Amazon. I could have just picked up a lamp from the flea market and done it, but these have a little mounting thing I'm going to use. Now, what's important about these bulbs, when you buy one of these, it has to be non-ozone generating. You can't use a ozone bulb. See what this one says? See, you're not supposed to be exposed to the UV light, not directly. You will see a faint glow the way I'm going to install this coming out of these vents regardless. But that's why you don't want to put it where you can see it, where anybody's going to directly see it. And you don't want a UV bulb, a ozone bulb. So this UV bulb here does not generate ozone. See, it says ozone free? That's what you want. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to mount to that. So what I need is some type of metal bracket that I can use with this. So let's go out and see what we've got. If you ever see at the flea markets or yard sales or something a box of Erector Sets, especially the older stuff, this is older because it has the flathead screws. The newer ones don't have that. These pieces, brackets, that can all be pretty useful. And something like this is exactly what we need. What I've got, this is a piece from an old Erector Set. And I always look for these. If I see these at the flea markets and stuff, the old Erector Sets, I grab them. Because beyond being a toy that will teach kids mechanical construction techniques and things, it's actually, the parts can be used for a lot of different projects. In this case, we're going to use this to make a mount for this light. Because I don't want the light just sitting on the shelf. What I want is the light to hang down. So what I plan on doing with this is taking it and just bolting this to the board and then bending it down. So to do that, all we need is a couple of screws. Just because I don't want to have to deal with this thing ever letting go, I'm going to put a second nut on this thing. Not that I think there's any risk of it, because there's no reason anyone would ever move this thing. All right, that is tight. Okay, now let's take our light. Put these mounting screws back in. Okay. All right, I'm gonna fix this. I don't know why this is turned up here. I'm gonna fix it with a vise. And then we're gonna go inside and mount it. So here's our simple setup. And we'll be inside in a minute. Okay, so first we're gonna drill a hole, which I've just done right here. Okay. Next, we're going to take our bracket with the screw. Trying to do this, I think I actually might have to do this left-handed. Screwed in. All right, now let's take our UV bulb. Now, obviously, where it's positioned now, if you were to look directly into the grate, you'd see it. So what I'm going to do with my Erector Set bracket is I'm just going to bend it down. All right. And then we'll take our cord. It's on. That's it. Now we're going to put our lifetime filter back in. Filter in. Okay, and there it is, it's in. So I'm going to show you, let me shut the lights off. It's still daylight out, but so there's the other one. No one's going to look at that. You'd have to crawl behind the piano to look at it. Let's see how much light we can actually see. You probably can't see it, but there is a faint blue glow coming out of that, and that's fine. All right, that's it. It's pretty easy. That's how I keep my system germ, bacteria, algae, mold free. I've got one of these lights in the AC unit, and since it's such a large house, on the big air handler, I've got another one, which is what we just put in. I'll post links to where to get the non-ozone UV bulb. I cannot stress that enough. It has to be an ozone-free bulb. If you put an ozone bulb in there, one, you're going to smell it right away, and two, it's toxic, so you can't do that. So make sure it just says ozone-free, but if you use my link, it's the right one. And I'll post a link to the socket. And the most else you'll need is, I had to use an extension cord just to get power to where that was. If you want to get elaborate, I guess you could have an electrician put an outlet in there. But anyway, it's pretty easy. You can do it. If you like this sort of content, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. All that really helps the channel. And, you know, if you want to take on something like this, pretty easy to do. Under $50, you can do it. All you need to do is go out, get busy. Take care.